Hey you guys, welcome back. It is I the Psy. Thanks for joining me today. I just got off a nice quick, well, I'm still in the middle of it actually. I've done 6 in a row here, but 5 of those were actually with fire to complete the daily quest. So getting off a fresh, coming in 36th. Oh, that's another one. Starting 36th in the most recent noob gold tournament. I've got a couple tips for when to use a 1-star Yodin Zaku. So I happen to have this guy. I bought him a while, like a long time ago, when he was 500 bucks. So since then, he's actually gone down quite a bit, which is strange because Yodin Zaku. But I mean, it is what it is. And I bought him mostly just to use in like guild battles and things like that, because a 1-star Yodin Zaku does not normally make the cut when you're trying to play in like gold or above. Everyone's got 3-star Yodin Zakus, 4-star Yodin Zakus, and you can't really compete with the 1-star. However, there are certain circumstances that I like to point out here that it might be useful to use your 1-star Yodin Zaku. So we're going to run through these last 5 fires here. 3 of those I did with Yodin Zaku, and 2 of them I did just using plain old regular Tarsa. So we may as well take a look at the 5 fire in a row, and let's check it out. So first off here, we got a team, and we both made a mistake because it's opportunity and it's also reverse speed. But take a look. I used Creeping Ooze, he used Creeping Ooze, so I mean it all came out the same in the wash. Let's do a quick replay on this guy. So one of my favorite teams to use is, I like Fire a lot, probably just because I can use Grum Flameblade, because he's probably my favorite guy right now, he and Lord Arianthus. But if we take a look at this battle, another one of my favorite guys to use in Fire is actually Tusk the Wide. Once you get this guy up to 4-star, like, he really does what you need Fire to do, which is gives that +1 attack to your team here with Inspired. So, I mean, when you take a look at people like Hobgoblin getting in doing 10 damage, I mean, that's the kind of thing that we like to see with Fire. Things that it isn't good against normally is summoners that give +1 to armor. So I'm just lucky that we're just dealing so much damage that we can get right through there. And of course, with opportunity, you can normally sneak right in. 97% win rate on that one there. So let's get into a little bit of this Yodin Zaku here. Where it's one of those. So here we go. So in this battle, we got Sneak and we got Odd Ones Out, which is perfect for allowing me to use my boy Grum here. You can see that I've actually got a 3-star Grum, but I can only play a 1-star. So that's what we're talking about when we're saying Yodin Zaku with a 1-star. Most of the time just cannot do it. Instead of a 3-star Grum, I got a 1-star. So let's take a look at how this one played out. Again, it's Sneak and Odd Ones Out. And it didn't end up being a good matchup for me, but we still managed to pull it out. So here we go. Here's the power of Yodin Zaku. Everyone already knows. But against his like arch nemesis here with just magic. So magic will be good against Grum Flameblade, but terrible against things like Living Lava. He's also got Axe Master, which is great in case we're going to be using any anti-magic stuff like a Lord Arianthus in the front or something like that as well. So when we rumble out, we'll see that the team that I tried to create, whenever I see things like Super Sneak or Opportunity, I like to try and use Molten Ogre and Disintegrator as much as I can, especially if you've got Living Lava in the front. Had this guy chosen to use a melee team, for instance, he'd be dealing probably like almost no damage at all to me because of the negatives. Not only that, but these guys are really good because of Super Sneak. They can actually still attack for once. Oftentimes they just end up having to sit there, do their minuses, and that's it. But when you're using Yodin Zaku, and your guys have like 3 damage, 4 damage, in this guy's case, he's actually hitting twice, so doing double, and I love the War Chang, doing double damage with double blast. Like, he's just fantastic. So we had 99 mana at our disposal. That's one of the things that is important when you're using Yodin Zaku. You have to have lots of mana available. You have to have lots of guys who hopefully deal at least 3 damage to really make good use of his blast. And anyone with multiple strikes, so for instance, in this case, the War Chang is going to get to attack twice, which means double blast. So these are kind of the things that I look for when I am going ahead and I am using Yodin Zaku. But you can see how like horrible things could have gone here, right? Without that Retaliate, I would have lost this one. So still managed to pull it out though. Again, the blasting, I only had a 14% win rate on that one, but hey, sometimes I've actually lost with a 99% win rate before. So I mean, it does happen. Here we go. So that was just another Lord Zaku. Let's go ahead here. Let's take a look at this Tarsa, just because it uses my boy Grum. And I'll show you one of my favorite Grum strategies too. Kind of like how what you can do is you can like Lamacrun for 17. You can also go ahead and when things are low, you can just use Grum and a Flame Monkey and just try and see if Grum will go all the way. Flame Monkey will repair him, and Grum gets jiggy with it. So let's see what happens here. So even with the negative to Grum, take a look at this. So I'm healing my armor, I'm taking nothing. I'm doing my damage, I'm taking nothing, right? Because he's got the void armor, so Priest does nothing. And he's getting his armor healed, so even this mighty Harclaw does nothing. So we'll just see Grum eat everybody here. I mean, it's going to take a while to show that, but I mean, I just love showcasing the power that is Grum. And here's where the feast begins. Boom, up to a 4, up to 5, because now he's no longer getting the negative, up to 6, and up to 7. And here he goes, up to 8, and finally up to 9 for that nice, delicious buffet of my opponent's team. So it's great there. And again, 100% win chance on that. So that's something else I do like to do in Fire, is just kind of do Grum tank and just go all the way with Grum. All right, so we're done the Grum. Here we go. So here's the last two that I was talking about, 2 more 1-star Yodin Zaku. So again, we're looking at this. This is a 58 mana match, and you can't use magic in it. So again, no magic means that you're going to have a good chance to be able to use lots of armor if you can. And I mean, it just puts, just take a look at this here. So this was another tough battle because of the Divine Shield. But when you're able to use things, you're still getting a +1 to your range strike as well, right? So when you've got all these attackers who are all dealing 3, with the exception of the Molten Ash Golem, who are all dealing 3 and blasting for 2, I mean, it really starts to pay out. Even though these guys have so much armor and they've got the Divine Shield, right? I was really hoping that it'd be Grum that got that hit off, because then Grum would have bloodthirsted twice. But I mean, I'll take it how I can get it, right? I mean, I'm not going to complain. A win to win. My poor Mantoid. Yep, get one more hit in there, Mantoid. Oh, nope, no good. And another thing I like to do too when you're going to be using things like Yodin Zaku is the Sandworm just gets better and better, because now he's going to hit for 5 and then blast for 3. So there's Grum getting a double kill there, 6 and 7. And another good combo, Grum. You saw what happened there with that blast. So when you're actually using Grum plus Yodin Zaku, you can get double Bloodthirst, which is just fantastic. What happened at the end there? I didn't really need it per se, but I mean the fact that it can happen is amazing. So here we go. Only melee monsters can attack in this last one. So obviously Yodin Zaku's benefit in this is your 1 melee guy acts as 2 melee guys, because he's going to hit the front and the guy behind him. So let's go, let's take a look at this one. Now this team here, what I just tried to do is I tried to just lock down what we were talking about earlier, being able to use like the Molten, the Molten Ogre, as well as the Disintegrator. I was basically able to just put very few attackers in. Of course, this guy's going to be getting +1 bonus because of Yodin Zaku, right? And he kind of cheats because he has that range strike. Then we got a couple other chumps here just to go and get a little bit of damage in. But the main things to do with this is when you look at melee only, Disintegrator plus Molten Ogre. And I didn't care about the fact that these guys... Ooh, I should have put the Molten Ogre in front of the Disintegrator in retrospect, so I'd be hitting for 3 earlier, blasting for 2. But I mean, putting these guys in, watch what happens to his entire team. So he's even got... Don't forget, he's even got a Silver Shield Knight in here, boosting his guys. But look at this. Look at that. So you can see how weak they are. Now, look at that. With a Retaliate... Boom, retaliate into blast. Like, how good is that? And that's part of the reason why I like using this guy as well. Because when you hit him, if he does get that lucky retaliate, come on, get it off. It's going to hit for a lot of damage. So even that last hit there, I retaliated for 4, targeting both Silver Shield as well as Cave Slug. And it actually ended up dealing with their armor, which is pretty important. So you can see that these guys here, Uraeus and also the Kobold Miner, even though they don't have their 3 damage, they're still dealing 3 damage by virtue of the extra 1 point that they're going to be dealing to things like, well, it wasn't Chaos Knight that was there, to like the Cave Slug, for instance, that just got taken out, right? And that Silver Shield Assassin. And now we're going to see that their attacks go down to 1, and they really can't do much here. So he might hit for 3 with the Purifier, but that will be his only hit. Boom! And we end it with another Grum Flameblade, double Bloodlust. So those are the opportunities that I see that actually being able to use like a 1-star Yodin Zaku is kind of beneficial. I mean, I'm still in this win streak. These others are from tournaments and everything like that. But yeah, 1-star Yodin Zaku, great for you to pick up, even if you're just going to use them in a guild brawl, because most guild brawls you can't really use more than 1, maybe 2-star Yodin Zaku anyway, unless your arena's at like level, what would it have to be at, level 3? And you've moved up a rank to the second rank, you can start entering into those other tournaments. But 1-star Yodin Zaku can actually still work in gold given the right circumstances. So that's what we got here for you today. Let's go ahead, let's open up the chests that I've hoarded, see if there's anything I can get. And another strategy here, you'll see that I could advance to diamond. I don't do that until the second set of tournaments has been released, so I can still actually enter them without having to pay 400 SPS. And then I go ahead and I move up to diamond. So let's see if my hard work there was rewarded. Oh, it was, with 1 DEC and 3 DEC. And 8 and 10 and a Gargoyle Devil. Looks like the hot spot for me, but even potions aren't bad when you got a couple packs to open. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this quickie podcast. Again, this is just a nice quick one. I'll transfer this over to my YouTube. Just a quick little announcement here as well. Normally on Splinterland TV, I'm on Thursdays from 8 to 10. I'm a streamer with Splinterlands TV. So that would be 9 to 11 Eastern Daylight Savings Time, whatever that ends up being. Whether fortunate or unfortunate, fortunate I'd say, I'm actually getting hernia surgery tomorrow, so will not be in my normal Splinterlands TV slot. So make sure you tune in with me again, not this Thursday, but next Thursday when I'll be back to normal. And hopefully everything went well, and my groin won't be killing me. My testicles won't be too swollen. So hope you guys have a great night. Thanks again for joining me, and keep playing Splinterlands, guys. Those assets really do add up. Have yourself a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Peace.